Hello everyone, it's Ray with Tarot Living. So we are going to do a reading for June 14th to the 20th week. Okay, so tonight we're going to use the Hesicos Tarot, and there's the back of the cards. So I'm going to go ahead and just shuffle. You all know that I do need to shuffle the cards, and we're going to ask tonight for cards that are going to provide us with, two cards that are going to provide us with information for this week and what we need to know for this week coming. So the cards for this week are the Seven of Cups and the Hanged Man, and he's upside down. Okay, I hope everyone can see that all right. I want to make sure that the cards are as up close as possible. So this is the Hesicos Tarot. Beautiful tarot deck created by Mary Griffin. And she is from the UK and developed this deck, I believe, in 2010. So if you're interested in this deck, I do have a full review on it. All right, Seven of Cups and the Hanged Man. Wow. That is a beautifully interesting combination of cards. So let's first talk about the Seven of Cups. Just in general, cups are related to emotions, relationships. They are related to your internal world, basically. It's your connection to other people, your intuition, your inner guidance, and what you feel, how you feel about things. And the Seven of Cups actually sits in the house of Scorpio, and it's Venus in Scorpio. And the Seven of Cups is a very interesting card because it usually has 7 cups, and they have all kinds of things that are jam-packed in the cups. And sometimes there's a little person who's looking up and looking kind of, dreamy. Basically, it means that you have your head in the clouds and you have all kinds of ideas that are coming to you, or all kinds of thoughts and feelings and drives toward things, but you really don't have a sense or a direction yet of exactly where you're going to go or what you're going to do. But there might be a lot of options in front of you. There could be a lot of ideas that aren't necessarily based on realistic thinking, realistic facts in front of you. It could be based on your imagination, that you're wanting something, that you're desiring something, but that you don't necessarily have it all worked out in a realistic fashion. And so this often comes up when people have other options available to them, or options available to them, and they haven't yet made a decision about something, or they're not clear about exactly what direction they want to go, for example. It is a card where you're almost, you're not in the position of being able to fully move ahead with great clarity. You're in a position where you actually have a lot of things swirling around, and you need to consider what is going to be the best option here for you. You also have to make sure that you're being fairly realistic, because there's a possibility that you're kind of deluding yourself, or that you're not being totally clear about it. So you want to make sure that if you've got something in front of you this week, you just want to have your eyes open, and that you want to make sure you're as clear as possible. And interestingly, the Hanged Man, who actually sits in the house of Pisces, so it is a second card that is coming into the water. The planet that he rules is Neptune. And Neptune, interestingly, is all about exactly what I told you about the Seven of Cups. And so there's a relatability between these two cards. And there's kind of, the Hanged Man is really all about saying, I'm going to surrender to the physicalness of the things around me in order to reach toward maybe a greater understanding or a greater spiritual understanding. And oftentimes you have to surrender to the things that you think that are going to be exactly the way that you want them to go, and you have to surrender to those things, and you find yourself in a bit of a waiting game, that things again are not moving ahead specifically and exactly. And so these cards are very relatable in a way. They're almost they can feed off of each other. And so there's two things I would say from this. First, make sure you've got great clarity. But secondly, the warning for the Hanged Man to the Seven of Cups is that don't move ahead quickly. Recognize that you are waiting right now, that you are in a situation where you maybe can't move ahead. You aren't able to make those decisions clearly right now. It might be saying that the answer is going to come, but not right now. So if you've got something in front of you and you are questioning which direction to go, maybe just say, hey, maybe I need to just take a step back, or I need to just, consider all of my options here before I forge ahead, in a, you're not going to be able to forge ahead with those two cards in kind of a structured pattern. It's going to be, things are going to be just a little bit slower, and you're going to have to hang back a little bit and just see how everything pans out. Really interesting that they came up together, because they're both water cards. And so this week is not about, Pentacles are so realistic and down to earth, and they're all about money and finances and work and health and, just so grounded. These two cards are not grounded. So this is not a week about the grounding stuff. It's about a week of reflecting, pausing, taking a look at what you're really feeling about a situation and what you're thinking, and make sure that you're not unclear about anything, and also just to wait. If you've got a situation going on, maybe take a time to pause, think, reflect, and make sure that you're clear before you kind of jump into something. And it's also a highly creative combination, because Neptune is a planet of creativity and music and art and poetry and all that sort of stuff. And so is, cups in general. And Seven of Cups can have great imagination. So, it's like I say, it's not all about grounding this week. There's kind of a very, very watery element to this week. So I look forward to having a very watery, more emotionally based, imagination based, and creative based week with you. And I am doing quite a bit of painting this week, so I can tell you that this energy is going to be good for me. So I hope you have a wonderful week, and take care of yourselves, and I'll talk to you next week. God bless.